Governed only by a treaty signed in 1959, the ice cap that is Antarctica is basically lawless, because Antarctica is basically a massive ice cube and offers little to any nation who would wish to colonise it, apart from an unlimited supply of ice lollies, probably. The continent has essentially been donated to science. With no actual permanent residents, there's very little reason to have any sort of established law system. Instead, the continent is governed by the Antarctic Treaty, which lays out what few regulations the land has. Things such as don't do what they did in the film The Thing. However, these guidelines are more directed towards how nations are to treat the land, and less about how one should actually act while on it. Sitting on the northwestern tip of Africa, Western Sahara is a disputed land. It's in a similar boat to Antarctica. While the ice cube's problem is being too cold and frigid to live on, Western Sahara's land is simply too barren. Mainly a territory comprised of desert, the land offers little to a nation who would wish to colonise it. However, there are people that live permanently in Western Sahara. They just don't follow any form of central government. Mainly due to a long legal dispute between Morocco and Spain, the land is sort of an anything goes area. Officially titled a non-self-governing territory, Western Sahara is abounds with very little, a sort of modern Wild West, if you will. Officially speaking, anything within 12 nautical miles of a nation's land is considered to be a part of that nation, and thus is subject to the same laws of that nation. However, if one were to drift past that 12 nautical mile line, you'll find yourself in the lawless land that is international waters. But before you get the idea of making a real-life water world, because no, you are not Kevin Costner, you should know that any nation has the right to exercise its justice in international waters. If a nation is attacked by, say, pirates, if we're going to be exciting, and we are, if you're attacked by pirates in international waters, that nation is allowed to seek justice as per their national government. However, with the sheer vastness of the ocean blue, it can prove difficult to effectively enact that justice. Widely regarded as being one of the most dangerous areas in Afghanistan, this western territory known as ungoverned Afghanistan is just that, ungoverned. Officially known as a federally administered tribal area, the area is technically unclaimed by the nation of Afghanistan and is self-governed by the tribes that inhabit it. Seen in the Ben Stiller film The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, it's rather mountainous and quite difficult to live on, but populated nonetheless. While Pakistan has made political moves to govern the territory, the tribes have widely rejected the notion of living under a flag and basically have gotten a pass based on how dangerous the region is. Located about 100 miles east of San Diego, this ex-naval base has been home to tweakers and off-the-grid alternative folks alike since the 1960s. Somewhere in between a kind of hippie town and a trailer park, Slab City is governed by no man. While it's technically owned by the state of California and should abide by its laws, for the most part the land is treated as though it's abandoned. While some areas are simply drug-infested, others are kind of house art pieces and loving hippies. Along with its year-round residents, Slab City is home to many retirees who flee the snowy north for a better climate in the winter. A sort of blend of the Wild West and a bit of Mild West as well. Ooh, I fancy retiring to the Mild West actually, sounds lovely.